house, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he didn't like you not
We're
looking,
paying attention.
looking up at him. You
I was
really
gonna tell
didn't.
everybody else to turn their phone down. I thought, no, that's all right. And then the guy that was talking, his phone went off.
Yes, it did.
And anything from last meeting besides that wonderful.
All right.
I don't know about you, but I got a whole bunch of feedback. How good we were.
Yeah?
And
They provided me one.
We provided.
Yes, isn't that cool?
what we were
We have
testing.
pens
No, that's the thing.
instead of pencils.
Yeah, 'cause
Cars
we-
on grass.
So you can't erase them right now.
Thank you.
7070 E 10 mile.
Cool, thank you.
All right, it's 7:30. We're gonna call the regular council meeting in the city of Center Line to order. You all please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, let it be known we have a full council. Adoption of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions for the
None.
agenda tonight?
None.
There being none, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
The agenda as presented?
I have a
Second.
motion, I have a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Do we have any administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings?
Cars on the grass, parking. We had,
Cars on the grass.
some residents, were wondering who was responsible for that and if they're still doing that.
The only time that cars are allowed to be on the grass is if there's a snow emergency and there's no place for them to park on the property. Otherwise, our ordinance enforcement officers are issuing warnings and tickets if necessary. Not allowed. Gotta be on solid surface, gotta be a driveway or, parking pad on the property. Can't park on the grass.
Make a comment on that, please.
I guess the best way to tell people, when public comment comes open, you can come up here and talk all you want.
Sorry.
Well, not all you want.
Okay, I got you, okay, sorry.
I think it should be pointed out that our ordinance enforcement officers can't be everywhere all the time. And if citizens do view ordinances that they feel are not being followed, they are welcome to call City Hall and let us know. And they should. So they can assist us at any time.
And, Mr. Mayor, if I may add to that, posting it on social media is not a
Reporting
good
it.
way to report a
Correct.
complaint. Best way to do that is just call the main number, 586-758-6800.
Understand that most of the stuff.
757-6800.
Understand that most of the stuff you see on social media is taken with scrutiny, and rightly so, because nobody knows if it's true or not. So nobody's really going to take it seriously unless if you actually call it in. Posting it on social media is not going to be taken as a serious complaint. Right? That's
That
what
is
you're trying to say?
correct.
I thought so. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
That's it.
All right, next we have audience comments. We have 2 people signed in up here.
I don't think he realized he had to sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you'd like to come up and sign in while you're doing that, can Jessica,
I
you're
can
first?
breathe. You want to, go ahead. You go first.
Well, you wrote it, you signed in first. You don't have to, I'm just kidding, go ahead.
Same one on this side, John. Gonna have to do that. Getting your exercise, John.
Good evening, council and city manager. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be here last meeting, but it was a blessing, and I truly do say that with the utmost honesty. I do regret I wasn't there to congratulate our city manager for being a top 10 city manager according to Government Business Review. Congratulations on that, sir.
Thank you.
It's just unfortunate last meeting that people don't do their homework and they have to run on emotion. And I'll let it go at that. Yes, we do need to get all info out. Regards to today, apparently you will not comment on prior agenda items. There were some things on there, but I don't know if you can do that on a next meeting like today or not. Does anyone?
Just put something out there, we'll see if we can
Okay.
get it in there.
There were 2 items on 5 and 7 last meeting. Citywide network security overhaul and a group quote for the extended detection response. Just maybe a little enlightenment on what that is in regards to the city. Is it worker oriented? Is it something else for the general public? I'd appreciate if we could hear
That was
something.
IT, right?
Yeah.
It was number 5 and 7
Yeah,
on
it's
the,
supposed to over.
on the council action. The other thing is, I'll get to that on the consent agenda. Because it's a large amount of money, there's under section 7 on the agenda, that is a potential demand of $1 under $10 million that was asked for that. So if there could be a comment on that, on what the city plans to do, it just mentions a settlement agreement. So if someone could expand upon that, please? Thank you.
I'm sorry,
Number-
what are you speaking?
Number 3, thank you.
Number 5 and 7 were waived.
Yeah, last meeting,
Last meeting.
items that you were just asking about were pulled from the agenda.
Oh,
We didn't vote on them. And then, yeah.
It'll
today
be
we'll
back.
talk about them.
They're still not even on the agenda today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be around someday, maybe.
Okay. Thanks.
Mhm.
And what was the other one, the number 3 item?
That's on today's.
Today's.
Oh, on this agenda.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's interested in what that settlement agreement amount is.
All right.
All right,
All right, I'll try.
ma'am.
I'm really nervous.
You've been here before, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but this is hell different.
We're not that scary.
All right, huh?
We're not that scary.
Okay, again, I did watch the meeting from last month. I was pretty much disgusted on how everybody acted. I'm also disappointed that you guys rescinded that. I respect ICE, I respect law enforcement, I respect all you guys, people that are not here legally, that is breaking the law. And I will leave it at that, but I do think it should not have been rescinded at all. So, a little bit here. Tuesday afternoon, again, this kind of goes in with all that. Tuesday afternoon, a person that did not speak English at all, with a backpack, looked adult, 17, 18, possibly, I don't know. I was on my couch, and he walked up into and opened my door and stepped foot in my door. I then had to run off my couch. I'm sure you guys just got briefed a little bit. I then had to run off my couch, go to my door, and grab my door shut because he wanted in my house. He kept saying, I go in your home. I said, no, you do not go in my home. I would shut the door. He would pull it back up, pull it in, pull it up. This was 4 minutes of going on with this guy. I don't know him. When he backed off a little bit, I opened the door, I said, do you need help? He said, I go in your home. I shut the door back, no, you're not going in my home. This is very scary for me. This has never happened. It should not happen, especially when someone doesn't speak English. I can't help, and nobody else can either at that moment. He wanted to come in my house, and that went on for a good 5 minutes. I realized my phone was on my dog cage, had to grab that. I even had to say, I won't say SIRI, so this phone doesn't go off right now. Call 911. So I called. They came, great officers, but they could barely, he looked mentally challenged. Not looked physically, but he did say, I go in your home. He did not respond to, do you need help? The officers were great, but again, it took about 5 to 7 minutes for them to even get him off my porch because he could not speak English. So the officers were trying to he kept pulling his phone on, putting it in, hiding it, putting it in his pocket, pulling it out. The officers were trying to grab his phone and he would put it away. When they went to grab it, the adult went towards the officer, and then the other officer had to block him. This was an issue going on for probably about 40 minutes. I wish I could see you guys could see the body cam, because this person literally was about to be in my home. If I was in the bathroom, he would have been in my house, which is very scary to me. And the fact that he didn't speak English was even harder if he needed help, for one. But if this was any person faking not speaking English, or vice versa, a regular person, I probably would have, I don't know what would happen, but it was very scary to me. And I did look it up, and it does say breaking and entering, or entering without breaking. It's still a misdemeanor. And I did research since that day about autism, okay, whatever. And because you guys all know I'm super empathetic, most of you guys know, I'll help anyone. They do know right from wrong. Most of them, I'm not saying all of them, because that's just not a fact. So this was a violation to me. Literally not, but there was no one to call. There was no one to get this person, kid, adult, I don't know, no one to even remotely, so I feel very violated from that day. Then, and the lady on the dispatch that day was great. She stayed on the phone with me, she heard me say, he was pulling, no, you can't come in my house. She heard the whole thing. So, then Saturday came, and I've chose where I have moved to, and Sterling Heights, Macomb Township, and I've been in Centerline also previously. I chose to come back here because it was like a mini Sterling Heights. It was very, very rule of law, 100%. People didn't, I've said this before like a broken record, nobody wanted to drive through Centerline because it was so strict. I like rule of law. And Saturday I heard gunshots. I was on the FaceTime with my sister. I heard a set of gunshots. I've heard gunshots at the firing range or whatever you guys do over here. It was a set. I looked outside with my sister on the phone, and another set happened. Seen a car drove out. Didn't call, because the last time I did call about a complaint, the dispatchers, I said I was calling about a suspicious car. They in return asked, what's so suspicious about it? I'm home literally all day long. All of you guys know I stay at home. I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home wife. All I do, you guys want to call me a Karen? You can call me a Karen. I don't care. But I notice things. the car, that's what her response was. What is suspicious about it? I don't know, it's 11:30 at night, they've been in the car for 35 minutes. To me, that's suspicious enough. I don't know what else we need. Someone coming into my door again, because now that's where I'm at. So that's where I don't need to validate suspicious to me, since I know pretty much exactly, I can tell you exactly what cars are on my street. When Saturday came along, I did not call, because I was like, screw it, someone's gonna say, like they've done to me before, it's just fireworks. And I'm so sick of hearing it's just fireworks, because it's just annoying. If we're calling, we're concerned. We're not just calling to irritate you guys, not you guys. We're calling because we are concerned. So when I decided to go 25 minutes later, because directly, I'm the third house on Lillian, and I can see after about 20 minutes, there's, I'm assuming officers, and red lights, and officers with flashlights in the backyard directly through. When them people pull in with their car, their lights go through my front window. So now it's lit up like Christmas tree over there. And so then I decide to call, because I was 20 minutes late. I said, listen, I heard some gunshots, and I did not call. And now I'm wondering, what should we do? Should we be worried? Like, in meaning, like, should we shelter in place? Is the person on the run? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, because after Tuesday, I'm a little bit scared. Her response was, and I'm not being mean to her at all, but she's got to understand us citizens, we're concerned. And we should, a little transparency goes away. Too much, I agree, is too much. But something, I wanted to know that I was okay, because then my dog was in my backyard, and I'm not knowing if anybody's on the loose with a gun, because I heard 2 sets. I have no knowledge of anything about that. So that scared me, no knowledge. She said, I got another call, and hung up the phone. That was it. So here I'm, and then at 1:30 in the morning, my dog's outside, is barking, and my dog does not do this. So it was very, very disappointing, the whole, from Tuesday on to Saturday. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do want to make it clear that rescinding that memo does not change our approach towards enforcing the laws. The laws are still being enforced on immigration in this area, and we are still cooperating with ICE. The memo of understanding just would have made it easier for our officers and quicker for things to get done. Now, it's just going to take just as long as it was taking before. So nothing has changed in enforcement. It just was making it easier and got us better training, to make it clear. So we're not cooperating with ICE. We're not cooperating with any law enforcement. We always have, and we always will. Just to make sure that everybody understands that. Next, sir. I saw you sign in, so.
All right. Good thing you didn't come to my house, I would have shot him. Just saying. Right?
Which is your right.
That's my right, to protect yourself. All right? Just letting you know. Now, I had a gun pulled on me. I complained before about speeding on Harding, speeding on Engelman. You guys haven't done a damn thing about it yet. You put up signs up there that calculate their speed and everything else. I haven't heard anything was going on about that. Maybe you can elaborate on that, I don't know. And then I'm kicking balls at speeders. We had 2 people come down the street at over 60 miles an hour. Now I can calculate speed pretty damn easy. It's easy to calculate somebody doing 200 feet. You know how long the property lines are. It only takes a few seconds and you go, oh, and now you can calculate their speed. All right, now this is getting ridiculous. I got the average speed of people coming down there is 35 or better. Now that's just Harding we're talking about, residential. I've already had a cat killed because of speeders. All right, now this is pissing me off. And then the guy pulls a gun on me because I kick a ball at their car. That should be in record. They came to my house, taking care of business. I love you guys are doing a good job, I'm not complaining about that, but you're not giving tickets. Now, we can make a hell of a lot of money on Harding alone, in the morning and in the evening, for speeders. All right? That can fill our pocketbooks here in the city, can't it? Come on. Not only that, protect our kids. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Put some speed bumps in, especially on Engelman. And neighbors across the street from me, they got their back doors to Engelman. How many times they're backing up onto their property, onto their grass? Are there tickets being done? No. I see the police come down on there, and they didn't give no darn tickets. They don't even warn them to move because they're parking on the north side. This is ridiculous. All right, yeah, I'm getting very upset. You're lucky I'm not swearing, because that's how I usually am. I cuss up a storm over this kind of stuff. All right? Get some speed bumps on Harding especially. They're beating the traffic light. They come down Harding so they don't have to turn on Engelman, and then they run the stop sign. I can stand there and videotape it, and then bring you videotapes all day long if you want next meeting in a couple weeks from now. All right? I have nothing better to do. I'm retired. I have a fun time going out there with my pickup truck. I hook my trailer up, and I go from one driveway to the other. Because my brother and I, we own a few properties together there. And I take care of 4 different driveways. I back out, I pull out, and I make these idiots wait. I don't care if I piss them off. They're coming down my street like a bat out of hell. So I have a fun day. It's my enjoyment. I don't mind doing that kind of stuff, but I'm wasting gas doing it. We can sure use a lot more money in the city. So let's give them tickets, okay? And I'm so sorry about what happened. That's terrible. I wish your husband would have been home. He would have took care of the son of a gun. 45 minutes to restrain somebody. That's ridiculous. I'll have to teach you guys some little karate or something. Maybe we can take
I
care of
don't
that.
think you understand.
Thank you.
I don't
Okay.
understand.
Our officers were there. This individual was highly handicapped. He walked away from the school, got lost, actually went to the house next to Miss France, tried to get into that house. Then he got into her house. He was almost nonverbal communication. By the time our officers were able to ascertain and get the information and find somebody, a family member that could come down and get him. The problem was he was severely handicapped and he didn't know what to do. Our officers were there, they dealt with it. They took this handicapped individual, instead of beating him and throwing him in jail like we get accused of all the time, they went and helped the individual, got the help he needed, and was able to get him home.
Well, that's good to hear.
Okay, there was no crime committed. The prosecutor's office wouldn't even dream of issuing a warrant for entry without permission. This was a handicapped individual that was severely handicapped and needed help, and he got help. That's why it took 45 minutes, because we'd rather take an hour talking to him than injuring an innocent who had no clue of actually what was going on.
I have no doubt.
That's what took so long,
Oh,
and
I
the situation
wasn't-
was
I
remedied.
wasn't complaining about the time
Thank you.
Just so you know, sir.
at all.
Thank you, that's good to know that.
All right, anybody else?
I said my piece. I'm going home for the football game.
There being nobody else?
Hope they win.
Thank you very much. All right, next we have council action. First, we have consideration of requests to collect 2026 Macomb Intermediate School District property taxes 100% in the summer.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and council, in accordance with the revised school code, MCL section 380-.16111, the city has received a request from the Macomb Intermediate School District to collect 100% of annual school property taxes in the summer, and the district is seeking the city council's approval to collect the tax on behalf of the district. This is the same request made by the district for the current tax year, but the city council rejected the request. The current year total levy is 4.7426 mils. I have been advised by MISD that Centerline and Roseville were the only 2 cities in the county to reject the request for the current tax year. City Council has the option of either approving or rejecting the request of the district for the next year. The recommendation is neutral. It's Centerline has traditionally not allowed these 100% collections.
Right. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just to not have everybody have to pay the tax in one lump sum, spread it out over 2 tax bills.
Yep.
That's just an unwarranted burden when we have a choice of not doing that. In the years before, when I was on council, we never granted this, and I would certainly not be for doing that. I don't speak for anyone else on council.
Are there any questions on this?
Nope. Nope.
Then you can make a
I'd like to
motion.
make a motion that we reject this request from MISD to collect the 2026 MSID property taxes 100% in the summer.
I'll support.
I have a motion, I have support, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have consideration of request for approval of renewal for Michigan Municipal League liability property pool insurance for 2026 calendar year.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and City Council, Michigan Municipal League has been the carrier of liability and property pool insurance for the city of Centerline since 1983. Cost of insurance and related services being offered to the city of Centerline for the 2026 calendar year is $199,773. This represents an increase of $18,646 over the 2025 calendar year premium of $181,127. In addition, the MML Liability and Property Pool Board of Directors voted to return another post-renewal insurance dividend return of premium of about $13,703, offsetting the increase in the premium. The actual amount to be, or will be calculated when 2024 year-end numbers are finalized. It is recommended the City Council waive the bid requirement and approve the liability and property coverage with the Michigan Municipal League for the 2026 calendar year at a cost of $199,773.
All right, any questions on that?
Nope.
There being none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that council approve the renewal of the MML liability property pool insurance for 2026 calendar year in the amount not to exceed $199,000. It's $199,773,000.
A motion, do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Next, we have consideration of request for approval of a settlement agreement.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and City Council, the city manager is requesting that the City Council approve a negotiated settlement between the parties in the U.S. District Court's Eastern District, Michigan case 25-CV-11897-JJCG-APP Connor versus City of Centerline, with the cash settlement to be paid in full by the City of Centerline liability insurance carrier, Michigan Municipal League Liability and Property Pool, or otherwise known as Meadowbrook. The above matter has been settled for $40,000 in exchange for a full and final release of liability for the City of Centerline for any and all claims Mr. Darian Ozell Connor may have arising out of his interaction with the City of Centerline Public Safety Department. Upon approval of this settlement, the city will obtain a settlement agreement and release of liability from Mr. Connor. It is my recommendation that the City Council approve the agreed settlement in the case of Darian Ozell Connor versus the City of Centerline.
All right, are there any questions on that?
Mr. Mayor, I want to make a point or point out that the attorney handling the case on behalf of the Michigan Municipal League Liability and Property Insurance Company, Meadowbrook, has indicated that if there are any questions, she'll be happy to answer those via phone call. If that's anything that you would like to do, we could do that.
Anyone? All right, there being no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that council approve the settlement agreement and release of claims of U.S. District Court Eastern District Michigan case 25-CV-11897-JJCG-APP Connor versus City of Centerline
In the amount
of $40,000.
not to exceed Have a motion, do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries, thank you. Next, we have consideration to accept bids received from Memorial Park Green Storm Water Infrastructure, Memorial Park Prairie Garden and Brick Paver Project. The award said project to the lowest bidder, Delco Services LLC.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and City Council, as you may recall, through the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency grant issued to the Southeast Michigan Councils of Government, SEMCOG, the City of Centerline received a green stormwater infrastructure grant in the amount of $80,000 for improvements to be made at Memorial Park, specifically construction of a prairie garden and installation of brick pavers to the west of Little Inman Roundabout in Memorial Park. City Council formally accepted the aforementioned grant on June 5th of 2023, authorizing the city manager to sign a subrecipient grant agreement for same. October 10th of 2025, the city administration did finally publish bid specifications and received 2 bids on October 31st, 2025, which were not open due to the fact that said bids were not received by the said opening time set forth in the bid solicitation. On October 31st, 2025, the city republished the bid solicitations and received 5 bids from qualified vendors for the Memorial Park improvements. Those bids were opened on November 14th, 2025 at 10 a.m. All bids were verified as being in compliance with stated bid requirements, and the following 5 bids are submitted to City Council for consideration. Those are listed. If you don't want necessarily, we don't have to read it into record. The low bid was Delco Services LLC. I've confirmed with Drummond Carpenter PLLC, the engineer managing this project or overseeing this project for us, indicating that Delco Services has in fact done work similar to this project in other communities and has done an exceptional job. Therefore, it is their recommendation and that of my office that Delco Services LLC be awarded the bid in the amount not to exceed $74,870.
All right, any questions on that?
Does the grant cover all of this amount, or how much of it does the grant cover?
It covers the full amount of this. All of the engineering services are being covered by any funds left remaining of the grant, and SEMCOG will be covering any overage beyond the $80,000.
So there's no cost to the city at this?
None at this point. And this is for, there was going to be a, potentially some downgrading of the size of this prairie garden and the brick pavers. But because of the quote was below the 80,000, we're able to actually do a pretty big stretch. It's the gravel road that goes from Little Engelman, the roundabout, out into the north side of the DPW, north side of the football field. So a large portion of that, about 3/4 of that gravel road now will have brick pavers and a prairie garden that lines both sides of the roadway. It'll make it look nice.
Very good.
I guess I would like to ask a clarifying question then, because I thought, based off the fiscal impact here, it said that we will need to cover the engineering costs after 80,000, so an offsetting budget amendment of $4,712.
I want to clarify that I was, probably after this was written and the fiscal impact was identified, it was clarified by the engineer that SEMCOG was covering all costs.
Okay.
Engineering.
I just wanted to make.
We anticipate that the cost for engineering is going to be $9,842. So any overage of that amount, SEMCOG says that they're going to cover that.
Okay, perfect.
That's what they're telling us.
Just wanted to make sure, because, yeah, I was confused by that.
Understood.
Any other questions? There being none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that council accept bids received for Memorial Park Green Stormwater Infrastructure, Memorial Park Prairie Garden, and Brick Paver Project, and award said project to the lowest bidder, Dalco Services LLC, in the amount not to exceed $74,870.
I have a motion, do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Did you get all that?
I didn't get the second person, sorry. So to clarify, the amount of 4,712 is just being offset in the budget to show it as a,
Where it's coming from.
right. So
That was kind of what I.
that might be part of the confusion.
Yeah, that was what I was, that's all good. Thank you.
It's just an accounting thing.
I had a feeling.
All right, next, we have the consent agenda. Are there any items on the consent agenda that anyone would like pulled for individual consideration? Sir?
Number 4, second meeting in a row, the third one this fiscal year.
All right. Any others? All right, being none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the other items on the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion that we approve all of the items besides number 4 on the consent agenda.
Have a motion, do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Next, we have request for approval, budget amendment fiscal year 2026, number 3.
Mr. City Treasurer?
Unfortunately, I don't have my narrative with me.
I got it, I can read it if you
Are there any
want.
questions?
As we approach the midpoint of the fiscal year, many of our main revenue streams are more predictable and detailed spending decisions are being made. A need has arisen to enter several substantial or substantive budget amendments to the general fund, which will result in a net increase to the fund balance of $57,025, which is the loan proceeds for the second chipper. Comprehensive Budget Amendment Number 3 is attached with details as follows. The general operating property taxes will be $19,166 more than anticipated. Marijuana-related permit and inspection revenue will be $73,000 less than anticipated. CDBG revenue will be $20,000 less than budgeted. We did not receive the $300,000 state grant to replace the library roof, and the offsetting expenditures is being removed as well. The SEMCOG contribution for the work done at the park will be increased by $4,712 to offset the increased cost. The new chipper portion of the loan and associated debt payment this fiscal year are being recognized. The cost of new furnace for the DPW and fire burglar alarm systems for all city buildings are being distributed accordingly, mainly from building upkeep. The cost of the second chipper is being recognized in the budget. The estimated final costs for the Spark Grant project are being recognized. Various smaller miscellaneous adjustments have been included to both revenues and expenditures for purposes of rounding and matching changes in total revenue to total expenditures. That about cover it?
That pretty much covers it, as I'm looking at my numbers here, yep, that's it.
All right. Any questions on that?
So net positive impact is $57,025.
In the end.
Or today.
All right. Any questions on that? There being none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve budget amendment fiscal year 26, number 3.
A motion, do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have council comments. Councilman Herenski.
Christmas tree lighting this Saturday and the cookie law. One of our favorite things we do. Come on out Saturday, December 6th from 6 to 8. A lot of things going on, hot chocolate, cookies, bonfire,
S'more station?
s'more station,
Dress warm,
Yes.
gonna be chilly.
and Santa Claus, guest of honor. That's all I have.
Sir?
Lots of great things happening down at the library and at the rec center. Got some fun trips planned and some fun events at the library. Tree lighting this Saturday, and then happy holidays to everybody in Centerline. Thank you.
Councilwoman?
I also want to wish everyone in Celadon a good holiday season, a safe holiday season. And I hope that everyone gets what they wish for this year, whatever that might be.
Councilman?
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to everyone, stay safe out there, and I would like to, if we could, have our city librarian to talk about the kindness closet that they have set up in the library with some of our residents.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. So early in November, we started a new initiative at Centerline Public Library called a Kindness Closet, albeit it's a glorified rack. Kindness rack just doesn't have the same ring to it, in my opinion. So it's a common trend that a lot of libraries are doing. Times are tough for a lot of local families. Thinking about different ways that we can help one another in our communities is really important. Hence, we started our Kindness Closet, I think the 4th of November, so it's kind of like a soft launch. But it is in a obvious yet discreet location at the library once you walk in, and we have a really nice sign that says it's cool to be kind. At Centerline Public Library, as I've mentioned previously, I love collecting things for different opportunities, different organizations. We already did the eyeglasses, and we continue to do so for the Lions Club. We have a non-perishable food box for Gleaners. Councilman Mueller actually handles battery recycling for us, and I was thinking about ways that we could just do more because I felt like it was time to do that. So with our Kindness Closet, it is essentially just a leave what you can, take what you need situation. It's open to all and to everyone. And just, we have a whole host of things. I showed 2 of our council members our Kindness Closet today. We collect non-perishable food items and household essentials, some hygiene kits. There's been an outpouring of toothbrushes and deodorants and shampoo and conditioner, new combs, individually wrapped toilet paper, just all sorts of items. We have had different individuals bring puppy food and cat food because our animals are hungry too a lot of the times. And really, really awesome meal kits have been donated by a couple. They are bringing in about a dozen at a time. Early in November, they gave us turkey meal kits because a lot of times when individuals, and there's no shame in this whatsoever, but when they are donating non-perishable food items, it is just extras that they may have in their pantry. The meal kits, however, they take it a step further, and it's all the ingredients you need to prepare a specific meal, like a turkey meal kit. And most recently, they gave us about a dozen minestrone soup kits where they have all the different ingredients you need, including 3 chicken bouillon clubs in each bag. We've also had some absolutely gorgeous crocheted hats. A lovely Centerline friend of ours, she has donated a dozen at a time in absolutely glorious colors. So it's open to everyone. I encourage all to come and check it out. If you have anything that you would like to donate, if you'll inclined to do so, we have a whole host of different things, and you never know what is going to be useful to someone else that we may no longer need. So that's it in a nutshell. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Yes, if you can come out this Saturday, please come out and join us for the tree lighting. We've got lots of cool things going on. We will have the choir there from Centerline High School, and they will be singing, and of course Santa's gonna come, and I'll give him the key to the city, and there's gonna be lots of good cookies. I'm excited to get some of those, because that's like my favorite part of the whole thing. I will be there sampling those. The Lions Club will be there as well, giving out hot chocolate and cookies of their own. So please come and join us. I do want to say that this is the season to be kind and good to one another, and I'm glad to hear the library is doing that, but it's something that we need to think about every day and in our daily lives. And you know, I mean, there are a lot of bad people out there. There are a lot of good people out there, and you know, I know that there's been a lot of judgment going around as to aliens, illegal aliens, whether they're legal or aliens, and most of us belong here, and we have a diverse community, and we have to live together. And the only way we're going to do that is by trying to get along. And most of us are trying to just live together and get along. there are some bad people out there, and, you know, our police department does a darn good job of taking care of them. And anybody that comes into this community looking for trouble, they're gonna find it with our police department, and they're gonna take care of them and get them back out. And I fully believe that, regardless of what memos are signed or anything like that. So, just be good to one another. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and City Council, a couple things I just want to cover. Cannabis. As anticipated, the industry has hit a wall with regards to the sheer number of statewide cannabis permit or licenses. That number has almost gone to half of what it was just a year ago. Here in Centerline, we started out, our peak number was 58 permits were issued. That number's down to 20 permits. 12 of those 58 were retailers, which is what we were getting state revenue tax revenue sharing from. That number is down to 8. We will receive a payment this year for 12 units, but unfortunately, 4 of those units have since closed. So they will not be on the list for next year. One of the good things that comes from this is now the tax state distribution will be going to less units, so that means the revenue from that will stabilize. It's likely to be, though, less than what we received this year in next year's thing. But I want to point out for those of you that were here when we first started talking about cannabis in the city of Centerline, we were anticipating in a very conservative number, annual number of approximately $147,000. As you well know, most of the past several years, 5 years minimum, the city has been experiencing upwards of 1 million plus, 10 times more than what we were anticipating. Even with these reduced numbers, we should anticipate seeing upwards of $700,000 in additional revenue per year. That's a good thing. What are we doing with that money? Well, most of what we're doing with the revenues from marijuana or cannabis businesses and permits and state revenue sharing is going towards one-time purchases. One of the things that we were unable to do for many years was to do basic maintenance on the public buildings, public properties. We have been able to do that a lot in these last several years because of these dollars. So it was a win for us, for the city of Centerline, for sure. But I wanted you guys to at least understand that this anticipated loss of the revenue is absolutely happening. It's not severely impacting our budget in any way because it's money that we were using for purchases, but it is impacting those one-time purchases, right? We are trying and working hard to get other funding, resources in place, such as the IGSA, expanding the IGSA programming to a regional program that will include a garrison, Army garrison in Illinois, and another Army garrison in New Jersey. We do have a proposed contract on the table that we're hoping to present to the City Council in January. If that happens, we would be looking at 6 months from that point before the programming starts with those 2 other garrisons. But understanding what we've earned annually just in the past couple years of just somewhere over $200,000 per year, we anticipate that could triple, as far as revenue. So that's another way for us to make up the difference in the lost revenue. Beyond that, we're working feverishly with grants and continuing our efforts to get more grant dollars, especially when it comes to our public parks, the public buildings. We do have plans for renovations, to or continued renovations to Memorial Park, including the grant we just spoke of. You know, I just want everybody to know that we're still working very hard to, you know, to make the upgrades and maintenance and getting the maintenance done that needs to be done on these buildings. That includes this building specifically with regards to interior improvements, windows, doors, things like that. Our doors and windows in this building are in severely bad shape and do need attention, and we're gonna just slowly chip away at these things as funding becomes available, okay? The security and fire alarm systems are, for lack of a better term, in the worst condition that they have ever been. And we do in fact have a quote on the table that we'll be presenting to the city council hopefully at the next meeting for the installation of a upgraded fire security alarm systems for all of the public buildings in some capacity. Mostly where it's needed and necessary. But we know that our security systems are or have been failing, and we're finally getting to a point now where we can afford to address some of those issues in the best possible way. Be assured though, the buildings are being monitored by public safety. We do have operating camera systems in all of the buildings, so they are being monitored. These systems that we're looking to have installed are just upgraded technology and upgraded systems. So, finally, 10 Mile Road's done. So,
Hey,
thanks for everybody's patience.
it's nice to drive down 10 Mile Road now.
And it's a
Oh, yeah.
beautiful
Teeth don't
roadway,
get you.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's the best 10 Mile Road's looked since
Oh,
the day I was
ever.
born.
Even in the 80s, I mean.
Yeah, that I can remember.
I've been here 47 years and it's the best
40
10
years
hours
too,
lived
right,
For
yeah.
sure.
since I've been here.
As much of a headache as it was, we were successful at getting not only the above-ground infrastructure replaced, but all underground infrastructure was addressed. The utility companies all got their systems upgraded there as well. It is gonna be a roadway that will be around for way past our lifetimes. You know, I just again want to thank Macomb County Road Commission for getting this thing done in a timely manner. Dan's Excavating did a great job keeping this thing on track. There is going to be some periodic lane closures while they install the mast arms for the traffic lights. And then if anybody's wondering why Van Dyke is not getting mast arms, it's MDOT, and we're trying to figure out a way to get those mast arms installed on a future project so that those are consistent all the way up and down Van Dyke, or 10 Mile Road. That's all I have.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
I got one more thing. Director, can we get maybe a traffic detail set up at Harding and Middleman? Thank you, sir.
All right, if there's nothing else, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
There you go, I'll second.
I have a motion, I have support, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you very much, everybody.
And I do wanna clarify, just to let everyone know, I wasn't complaining about the officers taking their time because these kids throw the kid off my porch. So, it wasn't, it just took a long time because of the language barrier. That was it.
No, we got it.
It has nothing to do with the officers.